Let's review some of the basics graphics that Python has built in. We have what we call turtle graphics. And to use that before your main function, you have to turtle, import turtle. And that tells Python, hey, I want to use those turtle graphics you have built in, so please load those into this program. So to use those in our main function now, first thing you have to do is you have to name your turtle. So I'm going to name my turtle Myrtle. Myrtle equals turtle dot turtle, if I can spell today. So the first thing I have to do is name my turtle. So Myrtle is my turtle. So Myrtle equals turtle dot turtle. And now that I have a turtle and I've imported the turtle functions, I can give Myrtle commands. So let's see, Myrtle dot forward 100. Let's run this and see what happens. Okay, this turtle graphics box opens up and it drew a line forward. It's always starting out pointing this way. It went forward 100 pixels. You know, pixels is a part of the computer screen, it's divided into pixels. So it went forward 100. Other commands I could do is I can say Myrtle dot left, and this is in degrees, like 90 degrees. I said Myrtle turn left, and then I'll say Myrtle go forward again, another 100. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. I run this, 100, turns left 90 degrees, and draws another 100. See, I can change this angle if I say 135 degrees. When I run it now, see, now it's 135 degrees that it turned because it was going this direction. 90 degrees would be straight up. This is further than 90 degrees, and it turned all the way back to 135. And we can do right, left and right. You have all those commands. There we go. You can have go backwards instead of forward, backward. When it turns, notice it went backwards. See, the arrow's pointing. The turtle is actually facing down, but it went backwards 100 pixels. So those are different things you can do. I'm gonna change this back to a forward for a moment here. Other things you can do is have it draw a circle. After it goes forward, we'll say Myrtle, make a circle and do it of a diameter of 50 pixels. So tell Myrtle how big to make the circle. So when we run this, we went down. Oh, let's change this back to left because it's going off my screen. All right, now Myrtle will turn left and then make a big, I think this is actually the radius perhaps because that's larger than the 100 or about the same size as the 100. So this is a radius. So a circle of 50. And you can play around with it if you want that it to be smaller, make a circle of 25. Myrtle gets over and makes that. The other thing you can do is change colors. Myrtle dot color and tell Myrtle to go pick up a color. Say, Myrtle, get the hot pink marker. And you have to put that in quotes. If you're doing words like this, you have to put it in quotes so it understands exactly what you're saying. So if we tell Myrtle to do that, see, she drew the line, turned left, drew the line, and then went and got the hot pink marker. If you're looking for all the commands you can do with the turtle, we have in our lessons, any lesson next to the idle button is a Python API button. If we click on this, it'll open up a window and you'll see this has some of the built-in functions that are available in Python. Built-in functions, there's math functions, there's a random module if you need to generate random numbers. But the last thing you see is the turtle graphics module. And so if I click on that, it'll take me down to the turtle graphics, all the details, and it'll give you different commands. And it shows how to use them. You have to import the turtle. And then here's at the beginning where you name your turtle. Terry equals turtle.turtle with parentheses. Here's other functions here, backwards, and then the number of steps, right? We used the backwards function. So this was showing backward 50. Begin fill. Now this is pretty cool. So let's take this command, this begin fill right here. So if we go back to our program here, we can, before the circle, we'll say Myrtle dot begin fill with parentheses. It doesn't need a parameter inside the parentheses. And then after the circle, we're going to put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, Myrtle dot end fill. So when it draws the circle, we want it to fill it in. So let's run this and see what it looks like. Oh, now our circle is colored in. It filled it up with the hot pink that it was drawing with at that time. Other commands we see here, circle, that is the radius. So that is half of the width of the circle when we tell it a radius. But there's commands on how to use that. We could tell it a radius of arc degrees. If we don't want to draw at an entire 360, so if we go back to our sample in there and just say a circle, and we only want to draw half a circle, we'll say 180 degrees. I don't know how that's going to work with the fill. Let's test it and see. See, it drew half a circle and filled that in. So that was nice. We just went 180 out of 360. We made half a circle. So that is how the arc degrees works with the circle command. The other commands are, there's where we change the color, pick whatever color you want. End fill, we have to have that after the begin fill. Forward, we said that was the number of pixels forward, right? We use the forward command. Hide turtle. So that means don't show yourself, because you notice when we did this, the turtle's right there. It's in pink right now, hot pink. But you saw the turtle as it drew. You see the little arrow. You can actually have that disappear. Stop showing yourself. So it'll just draw the graphic without showing the turtle. Left at an angle, that's where we did that, like left 135 degrees, left 90 degrees, whatever. And when you're doing these, pin down and pin up. Okay, so this is interesting. We could, after we turn left and go forward 100, let's say Myrtle pin up. Okay, is that how that says it works? Yes, pin up, and then move forward, and then Myrtle dot pin down. So when Myrtle moves forward 100, we will not see a line, because the turtle's going to pick the marker up and move forward 100 and then put the back down, put the pin down. So when we look at it, you see, we didn't draw that second line. We drew this line, we turned, picked the pin up, moved up here, and let's draw the full circle just for the fun of it there. It put the pin back down before it drew our full circle. So you can go to this API and look at all the different commands. Pin size, you can make it thicker. There's the pin up command. You can turn right instead of left. You can set a heading. They go at 22.5 degrees from the 0 degrees, which is going straight to the right. You can just give it a heading to go towards. You can tell it where to start, set position, because think of this like an XY graph. This is 0, 0. If I don't want it to start here, maybe I want to start it way back over here, I could say Myrtle dot set position and go to negative 100, comma 50. And think about that like an XY graph. Instead of starting right here, I'm going to go way over here and up and start over here instead. So when I run that, oh, it set position. It started in 0, 0 and went there. If I don't want to show that, that's when I can do the pin up above that. Myrtle dot pin up. Then move set position. Myrtle dot pin down. So I say pick your pin up, move from where your starting position is, and go over here to negative 150, and then start drawing. So playing with that, all the commands are available right here. Shape value, you can change to make it look like a turtle. Oh, look, tomato is a color. So just experiment with colors. You may find all kinds of colors you can do. Show the turtle. If we hide the turtle, we can tell it, show the turtle. You can change the speed where it goes faster or slower. You can have it stamp a picture of itself. See, that's the turtle, and then it stamped itself as it moved. And that's all the commands it shows in here. So you can play around with the graphics, all kinds of different commands, and create all kinds of shapes using the import turtle functions that are built into Python.